Although, in spite of and despite are all used to show a contrast, but there are differences in the structures used with them. In this lesson, you will learn how to use the words although, in spite of, despite correctly in sentences. Using although structure. Although plus subject plus verb. Examples. Although I poured it carefully, I still managed to spill some. Although she is very poor, she has not lost her dignity. They are generous although they are poor. Although I moistened it, the flap doesn't stick to the envelope. Although she is young, she is very independent. Although my car is very old, it still runs very well. He hopes to live in although his home is not far from the college. Although he was ill, he went to work. Dream is like underwear. Although you have it, you cannot show it to everyone you meet. Although she was wealthy, she lived in an unpretentious house. Using in spite of structure. In spite of plus noun / pronoun. In spite of plus verbing. Examples. She is cheerful in spite of his illness. In spite of their quarrel, they remain the best of friends. In spite of my efforts, the boy remained passive. We went out in spite of the rain. In spite of his age, he still leads an active life. In spite of rainy weather, they laid to at the building site. They are both very cheerful in spite of their colds. They fell in love in spite of the language barrier. In spite of being elected to office, she remains first and foremost a writer. Using despite structure. Despite plus noun / pronoun. Despite plus verbing. Examples. Despite everything, she bore her former boss no animosity. Despite the bad weather, we enjoyed ourselves. I still enjoyed the week despite the weather. Despite the criticisms, she remained defiant. She looked lovely, despite her strange apparel. Despite her earnest efforts, she could not find a job. He's an ordinary bloke, despite being famous. Despite being a rich drug dealer, he never misses a class.